Hey guys, how y'all doing? Showing my boogie boos tonight because I feel like dressing. Okay. Let me see. Ooh, my hair is mixed. What is that over there? Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, I was watching the movie 911 and some other ones as well. And wow, this is just sad. Not only the 911 movie. First, let me talk. Okay, I looked at the one Vengeance with Nicolas Cage. I see why he do what he do and say what he say. Then he have Scorpio on his chart as well. That movie was about a lady who had a little girl and five guys raped her, right? And they was going to rape the little girl too, but the little girl ran under. They took him in a shed, and the little girls found a way to go underneath the shed, and they couldn't reach her. So they all raped her mom and beat her up. And then when it got time for court, they hired them a crooked. The mom hired a crooked lawyer, and she didn't care if they did it or not. Okay, she was one of them type of moms that she would uphold them whether they did wrong or right. So she said her sons was innocent, and she knew that the dad knew they was scum. So she put the deed out on her house in order to pay the good lawyer, the crooked lawyer, to get her sons off. So while they're in court, the crooked lawyer gets to talking about she was drunk, and she told them the guys that she was going to pay them. I mean, they should pay her, and she would go to bed with all of them. And he said it was disrespect. She disrespected her daughter, and they wasn't fooling, trying to fool with the daughter. And she bought all that on herself. So of course she was devastated. But I was looking at how the judge was didn't really care. He didn't have no remorse. They had a lady lawyer, and he didn't care what she said either. And of course, they was like worried about their materialistic stuff, the judge and the lawyer. So after they got off, the daughters of the sisters of the guys that raped them, threatened the little girl at school, told her she better not say nothing, her and her mom, and they eventually started torturing them. So Nicolas Cage is looking at all of this in a courtroom. He's a like a FBI agent or something like that. So he happened to meet her one day in a bar. She just wanted to dance, the lady that got raped. So she gave him her number or whatever. And so back to he was in court and he seen all this happen and he was just so devastated. He couldn't believe that they would take the side of these five guys who was raping her. So he decided to take matters in his own hands. So before they did that, they the daughter and the mom went to stay with the grandmother, and she had a cat. So they took the cat and they killed the cat and hung it on the porch. So Nicolas Cage is watching him, watching the house and stuff, and him and the little girl became good friends. And so the little girl didn't, she had to be a big girl. She didn't want her mom and her grandmother to be scared. Although she was terrified, she had to be a big girl. So she buried the cat, not letting them know what happened to the cat. So they started coming by the house. She getting threatened. She didn't tell nobody about none of this. So every time she turned around, they was threatening her. So Nicolas Cage was seeing this, so he gave her his number, so she would call and talk to him. And the first guy, let's see, what did he do to the first guy? Oh, the first guy was in the club, and the girl that got raped, she liked it, this guy, and they was going to talk eventually. So he was drinking a beer at the bar, And one of the rapist guys, it wasn't the latest sons, it's the other three guys were friends of the rapist. So he was picking at him. So after that got solved and the guy went got, I don't know why he got drunk, or somebody picking at you and you know he just did something horrible to somebody. I guess he didn't think they was going to mess with him. So as soon as he came out the club, the guy put his head through the windshield. So Nicolas Cage came right and shot him right in the head, and I must have screamed. I was like, yeah. So anyway, that was one of the killings. So he what did he do to the other ones? Can't remember what he did to the other two. Well, two of them, he told them that he pretend had a friend of his call the two of the guys, and told him he had evidence on the girl before they go to the big court. That they knowed all about her. Had a woman call him and to meet him out there. So they did. They met him like by the Grand Canyon, I guess, somewhere in Canada, whatever. And he was in. There was a truck out there when they pulled up, and he had like a paper in the truck, and he came out and he shot one first and made him go over into the water. Then he shot the other one a couple of times and threw him in the water because the mama was going to kill herself. He was following her. She snuck out and she was going to kill herself after she thought that couldn't believe what happened and how the court treated her. So Nicolas Cage put it upon himself to kill all of them, right? So the little girl, he was crying and stuff, and she thanked him, and they moved away to get a new start. And he told her that if I ever had a daughter, I would love for her to be just like you. Okay, so that was the end of that movie, right? So I'm just tripping out on the women, how they treating women, right? Okay, then I watched another movie before I watched the 911, and it was called The Watcher's Revelation. So it had to do with a little girl and the mom and the grandma's. No, the little mom. Was the grandma in there? Um, I think it did have a grandmother. But anyway, this was the fallen angels and the Anunnaki. So they were with the government, and they were giving the government information, and they gave the government this object, and they call it a wormwood. And what it does was it helped them like go to, like appear somewhere like from Paris or whatever. It's a portal. Okay. It says what it at the same time. Let's see. Trying to read what I got. But anyway, the man that was helping them, he told them he was the watcher. It was a black man. And he told them they told the president that he was a watcher, and he had been helping them for years, do different things. Of course, the greed out in man, having power over others. Okay. But at that time, the president was a woman, right? So he's lying to her in her face, and she's thinking everything's going to be cool with everything, right? So he started deceiving all of them, right? So he sends his was I want to call him what was he? A It's a name for it. It's not cleaner. Let me find the name. I want to say the right name for him. Shoot. What's the right name for him? Watch is it? Oh man, it's a third. It's like a cleaner, but he comes and like gets rid of people and find people for the Anunnaki. It's a Slayer, okay, and the fallen one, the Slayer, right? So he sent him Really, they were after the children. That's why I say, watch our kids. They were after the children that were enlightened, that know the truth. Okay, the little girl was 9, and they were after her, and whoever got in their way, even her mom, they would, would do try to kill them or whatever. But come to find out, the whole time that they pretending to be the Watchers were really the Anunnaki, and they were the fallen angels. The reason why they were messing with the humans like they were, because they were mad at the Creator. And I'm pretty sure we all know the story how the fallen angels came and got went to bed with the women, blah blah blah. Okay, so of course babies are made, and generation of children, and part of us, whoever, all of us, or whatever, are part of that different angels bloodline. Okay, so then you got, that's the second movie I seen where it says, you got the ones who still, and then that book I was reading, okay, with Lucifer and Michael the Archangel. So it's separating supposedly. No, this is things that I'm finding out till the truth come out. If it's meant to be, if it's the truth, it's the truth. The truth will come out. And so the deal is they are the ones who, now a different religion said that they were assigned to come down here and teach man how to survive down here. Because when the God, I think, disrespect of the women, because why would you just say a God and not the goddess? Okay. But anyway, so they came to show the humans that he made, she made, whoever, creators, made to, be over this earth. So some of them came down, and that's when they seen the women and all. It was fair. Then you had, they weren't supposed to do that, so they got punished. So that's where they got angry, and some of them, they say, got horrible, sent to Tartarus or whatever, to the bottomless pit or whatever. And some are chained. And the Book of Enoch tells you a lot of it as well. I mentioned that before when they asked him to ask the Creator to forgive them, and Enoch did. And it's like, okay, so you mad at the humans for being created and having free will, I guess. So all these years, they have been pretending. This is the movie is saying that there were aliens when there really are fallen angels. There are no extraterrestrials. There are no aliens. They're only fallen angels, and they were mad at us humans. So they've been inventing all of these things that's been happening. The creatures, not only can blame the fallen angels, because humans have made creatures as well. Okay, and you know messing with cannibalism and all this deceit. So they putting all this negativity in your brain and making you do this and making you do that against your mom, dad, sister, brother. It don't matter, whoever, and the wars and everything like that. So they study battling with the Creator, mad at him or her or them, whatever the deal may be, because they made the humans and they were jealous. This is the story from this movie. This, I've been hearing this story for many, many years now. And so got us all going against each other, crime. I mean, the whole this horrible, despicable things we do to each other. And they're the corporates behind that, because they're mad at us, like I say, because we were created, and they feel like the Creator favored us. So they are making all of these things go on and making us be this way to be the slaves. Now, I talked about the ancient ones coming back on one of my videos as well. Now, the ancient, one set of ancient ones, I think they're uh, more than that, more than them. Supposed to be the Anunnaki, which we all know they probably been here, right? Probably never left. So that's to throw you off and think that you finna see some aliens coming. Now this movie said it was a grandpa, I mean an uncle, also of oh yeah, it was another guy on there. He was the nephew of the uncle, and he only believed in science. He didn't believe in the Bible and this and that and that and this. So the uncle was very enlightened, as well as the little girl, and they could see the angels all around them. They could see the protection, so they wasn't afraid of anything. So he told, what was I say about him? So Angel came to him and told him that his nephew was going to come visit him. He gonna make sure the nephew come and visit him. Well, it all started off. I'm sorry, I'm going back, y'all. The movie started off. Well, the nephew's friend, who was an archaeologist, whatever, dig up different things. He found an artifact, and he thought it was looking for the Indians, or different stuff for the Indians. You know how they collect people's stuff, and he found the Anunnaki writing. So they claimed that the reason why they killed him because he um, messed up the writing to have fame and fortune. Okay, so they killed him. So the nephew was next. So the angel, the good angel, told him to go visit the uncle and warned the uncle that the nephew was coming. And then he warned the uncle. He told the little girl. That's when he told the little girl and the mom to go with the uncle house. They had never met the man before, but he told them to go to this house. It's safe for you to be at. So they got the Slayer looking at him, following him. He killing other people, doing all this kind of stuff. So they had two cops that came to get the nephew and told him he needed to come to him because the government wanted to talk to him. So it wasn't the government wanted to talk to him. One of the cops worked for the Anunnaki. So they brought the nephew in there, and the Anunnaki convinced the black man. Anunnaki convinced him that they're gonna, everything's okay. He's a good guy, and they're gonna make sure he's okay and stuff. And then he used that wormwood. Wood. He had a little object in his hand, and it would be like like a light where you couldn't see how he left the room, but everybody thought he had the wormwood little picture thing was real. That he was actually going through portals, right? I mean, going through, yeah. So, the worm was called worm was to travel from one location to the other. Space transportation, NIST. So, um, but he did, like I say, he didn't know that was an Anunnaki. He kept saying, be careful, we're gonna protect you from the Anunnaki and all that kind of stuff. So he got the cop to kidnap the little girl, and the girl was not scared. That's why I say y'all need to watch that movie, Bless the Child. And so the little girl wasn't scared. So when she got there, the Slayer was there. He was started trying to scare her and stuff, and she was like, "No, I'm not scared. I know who you are." And he was still trying to scare. Then everybody showed up. So then the angel, or the good angel, showed up, and they were fighting. And he was stronger than the good angel, and so he went over there to mess with the little girl, and the little girl said these words, which meant the Lord rebuke you. And when she said those words, it was something like I said from the other movie, from the space movie of the day the Earth stood still. It was like that round spaceship thing that alien had. That supposedly watcher of the Earth on that picture on the new ones came or something like that. So it's like a big old shield, round shield, open up like a portal. And when she said that, it came up, and then the good angel pushed him in there, and I guess he went back to Tartarus, wherever that was. So saying all that to say this, it's like, okay, so all was going on got to do with, okay, their study, like Noah Remember the all fallen angels helped Noah and the new version of Noah. And then as they helped Noah, and when they were getting killed in the tree bodies that they had, their spirit went back up to the Creator and He forgave them. So I'm trying to figure out um, the alien. Oh, the reason why they said the alien story was not true because he said it doesn't go with physics. He said if a spaceship or something will come, it will make noise like a boom. What do you say? Um, Trying to find out. And he said it doesn't agree with the laws of physics. It should be a sonic boom. But instead, when people be seeing these objects in the sky, it's more like wings, okay, hovering. So it can come as a light or something more like that. So it's not a spaceship that they're seeing because in other words he's saying there's laws of this universe and certain laws will not be you know not put into place. So when you see these things, if it's not sounding like a boom or something that agrees with physics, it's not a spaceship. It's the Anunnaki or the fallen angels, whatever name they call themselves, is fooling you. And they said when the Anunnaki black man, when he made all that light, he didn't want to see them that there is a like a secret door that they can go through, and it ends up in the spiritual world. So we're in the physical, and they end up right back in the spiritual world. But it's like a door that they can go through as they make their big old hurrah, like a magician does. He make his big hoorah, and you don't see what he's doing, right? So the old man was explaining to them that like a hologram, something like that, right? So I thought that was interesting, um, what they were saying. And something else I want to see. Well, I want to see what this. Where's my phone at? Put my phone. So yeah, hold on. Okay. Oh, here we go. What is this word right here? Hold on a minute, y'all. And just interesting before I get to the 911, but I'm just saying, so they putting us through all of this torment. What is geo chasing? That's not how you say it.
According to National Geographic Society, geocaching is a type of global treasure hunt of people looking for caches or hidden stashes of objects. Geocaching may also be described as a series of hide-and-seek games, where hiders provide online clues for seekers.
Oh, that's what the little girl made up. She made up and during that time. This movie was made in 2013, so she made a computer with a geocaching. Okay, whatever she just said. Okay, little girl was very smart. She was not scared at all. The lawless ones, a big ball of fire. Yeah, people came. Portal came in and they pushed him in. Okay. Um, then I hope when they was getting ready to get the policeman that was crooked, women came and an Asian man. Okay. And if y'all remember, I was talking about yesterday the Asian man with the told well, I don't know if it was yesterday. He told the guy who came back. I watched two movies. Oh, on the day the Earth stood still, he went and talked to an Asian man. The Asian man didn't want to leave, and then yeah, that was the movie on that. So it's like Asian and women. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out are they mad at the way they treat women? They say that the creator is a woman? Because being just it don't make to me, it's not okay. Let's say physics. Let's say the way the universe works, there's a yin and a yang, right? There's a good and a bad. Well, I don't think it's good and a bad. Dark and a light, masculine and feminine. So why would it always be a masculine that's in control of everything and not the feminine? Okay, that means it's unbalanced, right? It's unbalanced. So, it's like, okay, so are they really upset because the creator is a woman, the way they treating women, disrespecting women, okay? And got the men disrespecting women as well. So they program the human men, not all of them, okay? And everything that you see is disrespecting the women, up to raping a child, disrespecting the child as well. They don't care if it's a boy or a girl. They start early, mess up their mind. The little girls, if they don't, a lot be traumatized. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but they'll program the men for control by messing with them young, so they can have them in control to teach them and to blame everything on the mother. She wasn't there to protect them, and then that becomes a hate and a separation. It's always against the woman. And just like I've been mentioning about Ophiuchus and Medusa is they say is Ophiuchus, and they took not Asian cultures. They still have the 13 constellation. They still have the calendar with the 13 signs. They still have stuff like that. But over in America and different other countries, they do not recognize the 13. So even on the birth chart, yeah, there's not a 13 here, especially in over here in the West, right? North, where we're in America, whatever. So it's like, okay, so we unbalanced, okay? So it's like, it's an unbalance. So that means that everything is out of order, you know. So that's why the chaos can still be going, and that's why the power can does, because it's one power, because you're not recognizing the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. I think that's why we're supposed to be coming together now, the age of Aquarius, in order to become whole again. And it was interesting when getting to the 9/11. The 9 on the birth chart, the natal chart, is Aquarius. I mean, sorry, Sagittarius, and Aquarius is 11. Okay, so I was interested in that. And that just came to me today. It was like, okay, the ninth month is Sagittarius, and the 11th month is Aquarius. So I'm still not certain on that. Okay, we got Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius is um, two parts, right? You got the man, and you got the body of a horse. Okay. Okay, that's what you got with Sagittarius, and he carries a bow and arrow, right? And some people say it's supposed to be the Cupid arrows of love. Okay, let's see. Y'all know I'm curious, George, right? What does Sagittarius represent?
According to Wikipedia, also known as the Archer, Sagittarius is represented by the symbol of a bow and arrow.
Half human and half horse, is the centrum of the mythology. The learned healer, whose higher intelligence forms a bridge between earth and heaven. Oh, okay, that's why. Whose higher intelligence forms a bridge between earth and heaven, also known as the archer. Sagittarius when represented by the bow and the arrow. Okay, there we go. So that's why 911, 9, higher intelligence. Okay, so higher intelligence, we went back to the other movie, was was like an agency, right? AI, right? Um, let's see. What is higher intelligence?
According to Healthline, a score of 116 or more is considered above average. A score of 130 or higher signals a high IQ. Membership in Mensa, the High IQ Society, includes people who score in the top 2%, which is usually 132 or higher.
Okay, let's see what else it said. Markedly superior intellectual or artistic abilities or exceptional creative power. A person so endowed in psychology, someone who ranks in the top 1% of all people on the test of intelligence, the 1%. Okay, there we go. Um, it says what is the signs of a higher intelligence? Good memory and thinking ability, good attitude and hardworking nature, general and tactic knowledge, good language proficiency and reasoning skills, reliable decision making, trusted by others, high creativity, high achievements. What is the highest level? Okay, so you could say the 1%. Okay, then we have Aquarius. So Aquarius is of course higher learning as well. Let's see. What does oh shit. What does Aquarius represent?
According to Prep Scholar blog, the 11th sign of the zodiac, Aquarius is represented by the water bearer, a symbol of the gods bringing nourishment to earth. People born under the Aquarius sign are said to be progressive, independent, intelligent, unique, and idealistic.
Okay, so I'm thinking about that they were supposed to. It says the gods bringing nourishment to the earth. So they were told to help us, right? Okay, let's see. Advanced, self-reliant, clever, exceptional, optimistic. Air is their element sign. Aquarians like air, like a distant, distant form, and appear to resist classification. Others are enthusiastic and active, while other Aquarians are calm and sensitive. What does Aquarius symbol represent? Water flowing equally. There it is. Water flowing equally, representing two planets, Saturn and Uranus. This means there are two coexisting personalities within Aquarius. Saturn governs authority, tradition, rules, while Uranus represents rebellion, or originality, and independence. So they're supposed to be water flowing equally, right? But they don't want that to happen. So they try to scare us with the 911 thing. And then they made it where you call the cops, it's 911. Okay. So they try to put fear in us with the 911 instead of what it actually means. They are supposed to help us to be our best in this world, to higher learning, be higher, and not just one set of people, the 1% or whatever, you know, to be over us. But see, that goes back to the ones that were sent to do that, to help us to do that, the humans. But they decided to separate us and separate the man and the woman and turn them against each other and make all this crap we all been going through, okay, go through all of this stuff, okay. And then you got the twin towers, okay. That show you right there that was masculine and feminine, right? See, and it hit both. Let's see. Well, both of the twin towers hit during 9/11.
According to Wikipedia, two of the planes hit the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center, and a third hit the west side of the Pentagon.
Okay. So yeah, both of them were hit, and then the third hit the Pentagon. A fourth plane was intended to crash into a target in Washington D.C., but instead crashed in a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, following a passenger revolt. Now, other movies I talked to y'all about, it's always talking about Pennsylvania, Virginia, Washington D.C. It's always those places. Let me see. Okay, was the North and the South Tower hit first on 9/11 at 8:46, for 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8:46 and 40 seconds. Flight 11 crashed into the north face of the North Tower, 1 WTC of the World Trade Center, floors 93 and 99. Check that out. Between floors 93 and 99, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. So they leave 6 floors in between, right? But you got 9 and 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9999, right? 93 and 99 plus the 6. Add that to the 93. That's 9, right? 9999. So it's supposed to have been finished because 9 is what? Complete. Then 10 starts over. So they did 11 instead of 10, which 11 is a master number. Okay, let's see. What does 11 represent?
According to Get Up, Mornings with Erica Campbell, consequently, the number 11 in our lives often signal us to be aware of our balance. Balance emotion, thought and spirit. Balance of masculine and feminine aspects.
See there? The number 11 carries a vibration frequency of balance as well as represents male and female equality. So they were actually hitting both. Consequently, number 11 in our lives often signals us to be aware of our balance emotions, thought and spirit, balance of masculine and feminine aspects. So when they hit that, they had everybody feeling some fear, all kind of emotions. So it throwed everything off. So they didn't want you to be powerful. So they have to keep doing things, put in the news, all of that stuff. We kind of figuring all this stuff out as well, the ones who want to figure it out. Now, why did they hit the Pentagon? Now, what does Pentagon stand for? What does Pentagon stand for?
The United States Department of Defense. According to Wikipedia, as a symbol of the U.S. military, the phrase the Pentagon is often used as a metonym for the Department of Defense and its leadership.
So, Pentagon also, let's see, is it us talking about the pendulum? Is the pendulum and the Pentagon the same thing? Is it the pendulum? Yeah, but y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. Uh, let's see what's inside the Pentagon. So they showing pictures inside the Pentagon. Of course, we're not going to see all in there, right? But yeah, so Just trying to figure these things out. Okay. Um, so wow, all of this, we going through all of this suffering because of hurt people, hurt angels, hurt angels. So all of this been deceit and illusion and you know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to get back at the mom, the man, the oneness. Um, and after I seen all of this, I seen the number 8 on the phone, 808, meaning nickname for first it said Roland TR 808 rhythm composer electronic drum machine from 1980s, popular in hip hop music. So that's a frequency or okay. Then it says mistakenly for the penal code, disturbing the peace. Okay. So right after that, it was disturbing our peace. That's what came up after I watched the and the little girl at the end of the movie The Watchers. They asked the little girl, were we waiting on the Watchers? Were the Watchers the good ones, watching us? She said, no, we the Watchers. And then the motto was at the end of the movie, it says, we are the Watchers. Uh, watch for the day is coming, St. Mark. So we need to be watching and paying attention. We the Watchers. Okay. The heroes, of the guardians. That's what we thought. But the little girl said, we the Watchers. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Got the book of Revelation, fallen angels, the people that came. But yeah, and then it says, guardian angels, you need to trust your inner and discernment, beginning point of infinity, and have courage. Everything will become stable in the end. Karma, check that out. Mindfulness and justice. Focus on your goal. That's what it said, 808, when I found that out. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. It was sad, of course, but all this deceit and trickery. And the first thing they put in my head, what I put down, oh, what a tangled web we weave when we practice to deceive, you know, and that's what it is, a bunch of deception. Um, just to make you unnecessarily go through all this stuff and convince you to sacrifice this and hardship, and people supposed to be going through hardship and hunger and supposed to be killing the world like it is and destroying mother nature. And one movie I was watching when he was saying, who said, what's the point when nothing is, the end, the one of the young girls who was in the elevator with oh man, what's his name? I like him too. This movie star, not Nicolas Cage. Shoot. His dad is a movie star as well. But anyway, one of the girls in the elevator, when they were stuck in the elevator in Twin Towers, and she had followed an older man here to whoever, Washington State, and fell in love with him. And he was taking care of her, but of course he probably was married or whatever. He had in a nice penthouse or whatever, had the best whatever she had. But she was saying, what's good is having any of that? For one, that she looked up to the sky and said, you never own anything, and then she went back to saying about the guy that she was talking to, that they have control over you. Well, she was actually still looking up. And that was a sign right there letting you know what she was talking about. And that's the way I feel about trying to own everything on Mother Earth when it's Mother Earth's. And go back to the movie, and he said, well, they said this not your planet, but if we put here, okay, we know nothing about, majority of us don't know nothing about where planet, if we did come from another planet, you know, but we own nothing because it's Mother Earth's. And having them, make you pay for this and pay for that. And even if you buy a home or whatever you buy or get, they still tax you. So you'll never own anything unless you find out the truth about everything and don't pay taxes like a lot of natives and a lot of, because there's only 13 states that they run. And the other ones that know about all this, and you have to really be digging to find out who and what you come from. It was the name of a tribe that they mentioned when the man I told you, the archaeologist, whatever you call it, that dig for artifacts or whatever. He was asking this guy about. Let me see what is this. See, I had never heard that tribe. I'm pretty sure it's a whole bunch of tribes I had not heard of, but this one in particular was supposedly. Um, they talk about the Sumerians, and they talk about this tribe that they hid their stuff from the Anunnaki because they made them slaves. So they hid everything, their women, their towns, everything from the Anunnaki because the Anunnaki people, like I said, was raping their women and all that kind of stuff and making them slaves. Which Indians live in? Okay, it says, I'll say this says it's a place. Okay, tribe known for. They're known for covering more than 2,000 acres. Cahokia is the most sophisticated prehistoric native civilization north of Mexico, best known for the large man made earthen structures. The city of that word I just said was inhabited from about AD 700 to 1400. Agricultural fields and a number of smaller villages surrounded and supplied the city. Okay, let's see what happened to them. Okay, yeah, what happened to them? Now, an whatever word has, you type, has likely ruled out one hypothesis of them, the mints, that flooding caused by the over harvesting of timber made the area increasingly inhabitable. They was the most densely populated area in North America prior to European contact. So was the flood about getting them out because they were hiding from the Anunnaki? Was that what the Ark and the Noah story was about? You know, and makes you question a lot of things. Then we got divine decline, 14th to 15th centuries. What happened to them? The civilization population began to decline during the 13th century, and the site was eventually abandoned by around 1350. Does the tribe still exist? The tribe is extinct. Their descendants may have accompanied the Confederate PORIA to Oklahoma in 1867. There were members of the Illinois, a group of approximately 12 Anglo Angolan speaking tribes who occupied areas of present Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and Arkansas. Hmm. How were they destroyed? Climate change destroyed it. So they sent all kind of stuff at them. The South, the Mississippian American Indian culture rose to power. Okay, so they want to blame it on another culture. After AD 900 by farming corn. Now, even evidence suggests dramatic change in climate might have led to the culture's collapse. Okay. So some say they went underground. Okay. So, the mystery is still going on and on and on. And do we have time to keep being coming at each other with petty stuff, still being programmed? I know they probably use our DNA, like I say, they done rape or whatever, and we got intelligence like them and stuff like that. But do y'all actually want peace? Do y'all actually want to live in harmony? Those are some things that you gotta ask yourself. Do I actually want the drama to stop, or do I like the drama? Am I addicted to the drama? You know, we all gotta ask ourselves those questions. Are we really searching for peace? Are we really searching peace for peaceful people we know, or the country we live in, and f the other countries? Are we looking for the whole world? You know what I'm saying? The whole universe. It's like the one they said it would destroy the atomic bomb here. It destroy the whole space. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like what's really going on. I mean, do we still have to be petty and still let us turn women against women? Because the culture show didn't matter on that movie. Period. You know what I'm saying? It did not matter. You know, and the men against men, the women against women. It's like what's really going on. Just make you think and sit back and say, I need to really see what's happening. I need to check myself first, not selfishly about loving myself, but loving myself enough to know the truth about me first, and then about my surroundings, and open my eyes and actually see how we are really destroying this place. We are really destroying this place by our mindset and our attitudes, and the things that we are doing to ourselves for one, and to others. We have to really, really, really look at this, you know, and know that you're being programmed. Everybody know now you're being programmed. All this is in the open. Not only just watching a movie, just watching your life unfold. Something telling you to do something and making you act a certain way. Kidnapping, programming, the whole 9 yards. You see this. You know this. So you pretend like you don't, for what? For some money? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. I mean, really? To say you better than the next person? Look at me, I shine better than you. I'm better than you because I got a whole bunch of material stuff. That don't mean nothing, that you'll leave here and be refurbished to come back and start all over. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Everybody do what they do. People do what they do. I'm trying to see what y'all seeing. Without y'all seeing my hair, I will participate, but I don't want y'all to see my hair and stuff. Because I ain't coming to that. Let's see if I can put my pillow. Oh, there's somebody tripping. Oh, my goodness. Some of that stupid stuff. But anyway, yeah, stuff like that, and spying, and coming against you, and taught us to use the black magic, the voodoo, against each other, and we just as powerful as them, and we use it against each other, blowing up places, making these storms, and they looking for probably a certain group of people that they couldn't get to. Probably a certain, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what they bombing everything and having these wars for and all that. And they convince you to get a little check every month, or some education that they created, that you learn to work in the jobs that they want you to learn and work at, and still be a slave. We gotta open up, y'all. We gotta open our eyes and see what's going on. You know, if we don't do it now, we might not have a chance to do it again. Who knows if this the last time going around for us to be slaves forever, you know? Well, anyway, that's what I got, y'all. Um, you know, take it away, y'all. Take it. Y'all know me. I'ma say and looking and all the rest of it. All right, love y'all. And it's your girl Ruth signing off. Hope y'all had a great week. I didn't say a prayer this week, but I wish y'all the best. Protection, love, peace, joy, happiness, kindness, forgiveness, abundance in all type of ways, wealth in all type of ways. Open your mind, heart, body, soul, and spirit so you can see the truth. Okay? Whatever that may be, and be able to withstand it and take it, right? All of us, you know, and stand strong and realize our power. Because if a little girl is showing us to say, she said, the Lord rebuke you. I use that in storms as well. I rebuke you in the name of the creators. Don't come over here. So, okay. All right. Love y'all. Good night. Y'all have a good night. Okay. All right. Bye.